Hey everyone, I don't know if people have joined yet, but I'm just going to wait a couple more minutes before we start the broadcast. This is my first time using the Google Hangouts on air. We'll see how this goes. I'm sorry you can see everything happening in the kitchen. Maybe if we, yeah. Okay. So wait a couple more minutes. I've asked in the chat if people have joined on the video call in the Etherpad. So please let me know if you're able to join. Can't really tell who's watching. Just keep drinking my tea. Can anyone hear me? Hello? Oh, there's one viewer. Someone's here. Hello. I don't know who you are. We'll wait a couple more minutes. There's people on the Etherpad. Wait for them to show up on this video part. Some fun icebreakers there. So yeah, if you can hear and watch this, please say so in the Etherpad. Yeah, just view. Yeah, I think this is only for viewing right now. Okay, people can see and hear me. Yeah, I can't see or hear you guys. Not yet. So, well, we're gonna test this out because I didn't want to have that max that the Google Hangouts has. So we're just gonna broadcast it. Oh, Milap, you can see the Hangout link earlier. I'll just paste that in again for you. I guess you can't hear this. Yeah. But I'll wait a little bit longer. I would prefer a little bit more interaction. So you guys can just keep saying things in the Etherpad. Maybe I'll broadcast the pad. That might be more helpful. Yeah, actually, I'll broadcast the pad. I know how to do this. Oh no, it's not opening. Here it is. Share. All right. So here I am looking at the Etherpad. Look at all these lovely people who have joined. So yeah, please let me know if you're able to join and watch the broadcast. And I think most of you should be on there. I'll wait a couple more minutes. Hi, Arliss. Arliss, are you on the video too? Okay, we'll wait a bit. But yes, just a reminder, this is being recorded. And I did want to be able to share my screen, so that's why we're using the video call, so we can talk through some code or talk through what's been built already. So I'll just ask Arliss. Arliss, are you able to watch the broadcast? So I'm hoping in the future it won't just be me broadcasting. I think we can have up to 8 people broadcasting together at once. So it'll be a little less of me talking to myself. Oh, yay, Arliss is in there. So yeah, to help me out, you guys can all just keep chatting in the side so I feel like I'm not alone. That would be amazing. So welcome to all these people. So yes, this is a project call. Here, I'll stop screencasting. So introduce the call, as you can all look at me again. Yeah, this is a project call for the science lab, and this is being recorded, just to let everyone know. I guess this only really matters, oh yes, your names are there And people only really see and hear me for this one. Yay, hi, Arliss. I think there's a little bit of a lag between the video and what I'm seeing in the Etherpad. So I'm sorry if it takes me a while to get back to you if you ask a question there, but please just keep asking questions. I'd love to hear and know that you're watching and listening. So that's great. So today we're talking about contributorship badges, and we're testing out how to use badges to as a digital credential for authors on academic publications. So when you see in big author lists, you don't quite know who did what. This way we can have roles for each author, saying that this author wrote the paper, this author did the analysis, this author did data collection or something like that. So that it could mean something if someone did data collection for 5 different papers. It can mean, or data analysis even, yeah, that would be good. That would mean something more than just being middle author on 5 papers. So we want to help this bring a little bit more visibility to authorship and help people really leverage the web. So this project, I think, helps authors sort of use the web to show what they've done and show them as credentials. But we also, during this, thank you for saying you're not alone. I appreciate that. But we also want to use this project to help you guys use the web, to help you understand how to build on the web and how we can use tools like GitHub, like this Etherpad, like video calls, to really build together and really collaborate, and how the web makes this all possible, which I think is amazing. Yay. So first, let's scroll through. Thanks for signing up in the roll call, everyone who's here. We have a few unnames. So if you could write your name in that top right-hand corner, I'll share the Etherpad again. Share. All right. So yeah, if you could add your name in the top right-hand corner so that you show up, and you can pick a color too, and then sign up under roll call. And here's a little chat on the right-hand side, so you can all talk to me. Thanks, Charlie. So a little icebreaker. I enjoy using open source tool because, so I put Firefox. I think I'm morally obligated to, but no, I do use Firefox because I choose independent, and I love how they're like the underdog often. It's fun, and how it's really, they're fighting for the users, which I think is very important. They're fighting for the web. To open source. Yeah, there's some great answers here. I encourage you to go and read through them. So having this call was a little bit selfish for me because I did want a way to get to know the people who wanted to get involved. So I am sorry that you can't actually talk on here, but I would really enjoy it if you could, each of you who is interested in participating, you could just write a little bit more about why do you want to help, how you can help, say hello, because I do want to get to know you guys and see what we can build together. So first we have, who is this? Oh, it's Charlie. Thanks for singing and for filling this out. So you're excited about bringing bringing credit badges into Kudos. Oh yes, thank you. I saw your email earlier. So we can signify what the precise role is in that publication in a relatively standard way. Yeah, I think that's really exciting. That's what we're really trying to do here. So if the rest of you want to introduce yourself, I'd really enjoy that. But right now, I'll go through a project overview on where we are and what's next and where we need help. Oh yes, and thank you all for putting your names in. So project overview. Abigail will go over the current status architecture of the project and general roadmap. So first, I've created a roadmap. I think the links here at the bottom. Badger issues 12. So for the short term, there's a few things we need to do. I'll show you a bit of a sidetrack. I'll show you what we have now. Badges. So this is very quickly put together. Please don't judge how ugly things look and how broken things are. It actually hasn't passed review yet. I just put it together, and the engineer reviewing it was like, you could fix a few things. I didn't have time to fix that. So if someone wants to contribute, that would be really helpful. But Contributorship Badges explain the use of digital badges for crediting contributors to scholarly papers for their work. And we have a blog post linked here. Oh, this is the About, actually. I will look at the About page. I added an About page and a Home page. So it talks about who we're collaborating with, and we'd love to collaborate with more, obviously. So that's why we're opening this. Yes, and it's a little bit more about, and we have a blog post on our website. Oh, I hope you guys all have Whimsy installed because you get fun animated GIFs whenever you open a new tab in Firefox. Anyways, that's a sidebar. What was I doing? Contribute, here we are. So this blog post talks a little bit more in depth about contributorship badges. So I think it's logged. Yeah, so we have a link over here for the blog. So going through a demo, we have the about badges. So what I have done is implemented several JSON endpoints. So we are using BadgeKit API that's made by Mozilla Open Badges to implement our badges. This way we have the Open Badge standard, so we can integrate with more things. So just to give you an idea, here, look at conceptualization. This is a JSON endpoint. I'm sorry it's so ugly. But here we have, let's see, where does it end? Oh, this is one whole badge, yes. So you can see the ORCID it's assigned to. You can see the image for this. It's the conceptualization image I clicked on earlier. And it has an assertion URL, which is part of the Open Badge standard. So if I follow that URL, it's the public assertion that this badge was given by this badge kit right here. So we have the identity, hashed email, verify. So there's a lot of work was put into this the Open Badges. Let's go back to something we can look at. Standards that we can integrate with more things. And a lot of people have been integrating with it. So that's why we chose this, and that's why we're using it. So it's really ugly right now, but we can use that data to make something pretty and make something useful that will show these credentials for people. So right now we have endpoints that I can issue a badge right now for you guys. Or we can browse all the badges issued to this ORCID, which is mine right now. And I was testing for myself, so I just gave myself a lot of nonsense badges. I don't think I've actually authored this many papers. But you can get this, and then you can take JavaScript and then display this in a nice way. So, and here are all the endpoints listed that we're implementing. So yeah, /badges, getting all badges of a certain type. So that's what happens when you click on any of these. Getting all badges for a user. Yes, and then like all badges for paper. So by the DOI here in the URL. And then we have a simple form to issue a badge. So right now there's no, like anyone can issue a badge. I think, yeah, this is, I'm pretty sure that's my ORCID. What's a DOI I've used lately? Okay. And then I'll say I did the writing review for this. I hit submit. This gives me the badge that came out of it. Then if I go back to that home page, if I go to writing review, I can see that badge came up. So this is the same one that we saw that I just created. So you guys can play around with that. It's really simple right now. It's just, yeah, I just integrated our badge kit. So it's using badge kit to view all the badges, to make new badges, and it's just showing us JSON. So it's nothing pretty. Actually, I think Amy's group at BMC created these original conceptualizations for the badges. They never had one for software, but for the rest of them, they did that. But we're open to change, and I think she's thinking about taking this in a different direction too. So we don't have to stick with these actual images, but this is what we have right now. So let's go back to Etherpad, see what people are saying. Okay, please feel free to leave your comments here. I'm really sorry that it's just me talking. Yes, but onto our roadmap, show what we're trying to do with the badges. So first, in the short-term area, ORCID integration. So ORCID, if you guys don't know, unique researcher ID, and it's become quite a standard. So most researchers I found have this. So distinguish yourself in 3 easy steps. So it is really easy. And if we add ORCID login here, it will, yeah, we'll be able to get their ORCID, like, and authenticate them against ORCID to get their ORCID. And if they don't have one already, if they log in, it will create a new ORCID for them. So that's issue number 13. Add ORCID OAuth. So there's a few docs here. Milap, yeah, has volunteered for this. But yeah, for any of these, you guys, don't feel scared if someone else has already volunteered for them. Just a lot of these will take more than one person to work on. So that's one of the short-term things that we could easily put in. Another thing for BadgeKit API integration, I did put in the bare bones integration for here, but there's a few things that still need to be done. Right now, we actually can't fetch all the badges by DOI, so I can't find all the badges issued to a specific paper, which is really important to what we want to do. So we may actually have to work with the BadgeKit people who are building that to get that in there. Also, I filter a lot for badges. It won't let me fetch exactly what I want. I'll open this bit. So it does work to get, I can get a badge filtered by ORCID and badge, like badge type. But right now I currently fetch all the badges issued to that ORCID, and then I filter it by which role I want. So if I want to find all of the analysis badges for myself, Abby, I'd have to find all the analysis badges, or all the badges for myself, and then find all the analysis ones for that. So it's inefficient and it won't scale very well. So it works right now though in our like little demo. So that's why I haven't gone and fixed it, but that would be an easy thing for someone to go through. Actually, it might not be that easy, but that would be a good thing for someone to go in and fix. Let's check the pad to see if images are good. Yay, people like the images. Yeah, for the rest of you guys, please keep saying what you would like in this Etherpad. I'd really appreciate more people. Actually, I'll keep this open on the side. Yeah, here we are. So okay, now I'm looking at the Etherpad the whole time while I'm talking. So you can keep saying things there and I will try to respond as soon as I can. I don't want to just talk to myself. So BadgeKit API integration is something that needs to be done. So what I'm planning for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to mentor a couple issues. If people want to volunteer for working on them, I'll meet with you and I'll walk you through the code and what needs to be done. And then I hope next call you can join and also talk with me, so I'm not just having a conversation with myself. Yes. And then this big one here, number 18 issue, is build the badge issuing process. So right now I showed you how to issue a badge. Did I put it? Oh, no. Here we are. Right. Yeah, this isn't very well. I don't have a header or anything, so I can't go back and forth. I showed you how I issued a badge over here really simply by myself, no authentication. But eventually, the workflow we're trying to go with, here we are. First, the publisher will manually fill out a form for each paper they're testing badges on. So we'll just do it manually at first so we don't have to worry about integrating with the submission system. So in the form, we'll ask the publisher for the DOI for the paper and author emails. They can add the ORCIDs, that's optional. Then once that form's submitted, this will trigger an email to each author with a custom link. So all the authors will get this link, which will prompt them, bring them to our site, then prompt them to log in with ORCID, which is something we implemented back up here. So that's why this is number 1 in our short-term stuff. So custom link with ORCID login. The login process will create an ORCID for the author if they don't already have one. I mentioned that already. So this custom link also brings the author to another form where they select all the roles they contributed for this paper. So if they wrote the paper and they did the data analysis and they did the funding, then they can click all of those. And when they submit that final form, the badges are assigned to that author, one for each role. So you can get multiple badges for one paper if you did multiple roles on that paper. So each badge instance needs an ORCID, a DOI, and a badge. So the role that you did. And the authors can only issue badges to themselves. So that's why we need to have the ORCID OAuth. And then only on papers that the publisher, in that first step, has listed them as an author. So this is what we've worked out that will work technically on our side. We don't have, it's sort of the honor system with this last step, where authors claim badges themselves. We don't ask for consensus with all the different authors. So we're going to see how this works. We're welcome to feedback if you guys think that a different workflow will work any better or will be easier to implement. You can leave a comment here in the roadmap, and I think we have another issue for just this workflow. So breaking that down into things we need built, build an interface for the publishers. That's just a form where they enter the DOI author emails. And we'll need some way to know that it's a publisher logging in and not just a another person so that only publishers can put in the DOI author emails. It's not as important for this first prototype. I'm just trying to ship things quickly. Next, implement a function on publisher form submission. So like as soon as they submit this form, then it will generate this unique link for all the authors and then email all the authors with that link. Then finally, also building the interface for the author. So have this unique link lead to a form that prompts them to log in, and it will issue badges. And then the same constraints as before, where authors can only issue badges, their own ORCID for papers that publishers have confirmed they have authored. Another short-term on the roadmap is build a better landing page. I made a really quick one. If someone has a better idea about how to explain this project, that would be great. Yes, I'll show you the pull request for that. So if you guys aren't familiar with contributing to things on GitHub, pull requests are how you propose a change. So I proposed adding these landing pages saying, oh yeah, whoa. Sorry, someone texted me and it was really loud in my ears. So yeah, I proposed this landing page that we can see. Do we have it open? Yeah, I proposed this landing page. And in the review, so Ali, he's an engineer at Mozilla. He was reviewing it. He had a few comments about, yeah, about linking within internal pages and also using a different library for fetching things. So this way, someone else is reviewing my code. I know it's good quality code that actually gets put in. So normally, I wouldn't actually put my in-review code up in the front, but if this wasn't here, there'd be nothing right now, and we had this call. So that's why it's up there. And sometimes things get rushed, and you don't always do things best practice, but it's good to know what best practice is. So yeah, so Ali's reviewing it. It's not, yeah, it's not merged yet. So right now, it's still on a different branch of my code at the top. Yeah, I just made a front-end branch. It's not on master. So master branch is what we're trying to merge to, so people can propose things there. If you, yeah, and let me know also in your volunteer introductions if you've contributed to something on GitHub before, if you're used to this. If not, we can also go through a little workflow about how to do that, if you guys will find that useful. So yeah, I really want you guys to drive this meeting, the rest of this meeting. I know none of you can talk, but if you guys can say in the chat or, oh, sorry, I'm not on the Etherpad in my sharing. I'll do that now. Yeah. And let me know in the chat or in the pad just where you're at. So now I'm going to go back to the new volunteers. We'll see a couple more people are here. So this is David Bilt. He's interested in working with folks who develop badges around open science for high school students. Oh, Hive Chicago. Yeah, yeah, you guys did a lot with the open badges. So curious to learn more about contributorship badges being developed. So Dave, have you, did you work with implementing any of the stuff with the Hive Chicago here? Like, have you used the Badge Kit API before? I know there's a delay with my video, so we'll wait for Dave to answer that there. And the next one from, I think, Sarah Bowman. We're developing an information commons of badges for science here. Open research. Yes, thank you, Sarah. If you guys haven't seen this, they had a landing page, Open Research Badges, to show all the different badging initiatives we have. So I thought this was great. Gave us a great link here, Contributorship Badges, based on the 14-year-old author contribution taxonomy. Just as a kind of way to bridge the different initiatives that we're doing. Yeah, thank you for that. So yeah, thanks for joining, Sarah. I do have a question. How did you design your badges? How did you go through that process? So if you could answer that in here, that would be great. Okay. Oh, Charlie had to run. They're excited. Yay. He'll catch up in the recording. Oh, I'm a little embarrassed to see what this recording is. Oh, David, he's used Chicago City of Learning. Okay. All right. So yeah, I did want to go through and see what we could work on together or what people are interested in working on. So Milap, I know you've you've expressed interest in integrating the OAuth stuff. What experience do you have with contributing to GitHub or code things or open science? If you could add that under new volunteers in the lab. And have you started looking at that already? Do you need any help there? So Chicago City of Learning. Let's see what Dave linked us to. Can you recreate your account? Oh, that's right. Export things to Chicago. Yeah, so I think a lot of the open badges standards was actually put together for the city of Chicago because they had a big grant from them. So yeah, so if the idea is we'll be able to interact with all these different badges so that one person can see all of their digital credentials across the entire internet since we're all using the same standard. Let's go back to the pad. David Bill, yeah, it does use BadgeKit. Used. Did you help build that at all? Or are you Dave? Because yeah, I had no experience using BadgeKit before this. And so I hacked a few things together, but if someone who knows it a bit more could like review my code, I would love that, or just could help contribute there. That'd be great. Okay, so at this point, I'll go through some of the issues we have open. So a lot of these were already in the roadmap I walked through. But we also have, yeah, do you want to help us test? So this is just people helping us test, or that they're interested in helping out. Researcher, developer, feedback. Yeah, so a lot of these people are more downstream, I think, than actually building. Yes, and then there's the proposed workflow, which I talked through a little bit. How once an article is published, publisher notifies badging system authors. So this is just our form. Then authors fill out their role. Then the badges will appear next to the author's name. And then on the ORCID page for that author, that will display all the badges earned by that particular author. So yeah, there's some feedback and some discussion going on there. So if you guys want to join in, that would be lovely. Oh, just a user, Dave. That's okay. Designing badges. Oh, that's exciting. So yeah, I'd love your feedback on the badges we have then and how they show up. I think, oh yes, going back, I don't think I finished going through the roadmap. So yeah, I went through all the short-term things with the roadmap, but there are a few medium-term items that I think people could start working on right now, like designing the badges. I ignored that in this area since I want to get the technical implementation down, but I think this is still very important and the design can go on while we're still building this backend. So if anyone has wants to volunteer for this, that would be really helpful. And I would pair you with a Mozilla designer to help you along if you don't have any design experience. So if you just have feedback or suggestions on what you think they should look like, either on the publisher's page, if you're looking at the paper, or on ORCID, or even just like on a researcher's personal website if they want to display what their badges are. So if anyone wants to help there, that'd be great. And then creating JavaScript snippets is something later for, so we have all this data, we have all these JSON endpoints. So use this data to actually visualize the badges for the users. So it would be helpful if the design was happening before we actually made the snippets. So those are two things that could be happening right now. And then longer term actual integration with the publishers in the display there. All right, I'll go back to the pad. It's not the pad. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go through some of the issues. So for, oh, where did GitHub go? I'll reconnect the Etherpad here. Okay, I can see the Etherpad in two screens again now. But for this first issue, add ORCID OAuth. Does anyone want to volunteer to take this and be assigned to it? I know Milap has started on it, but this could be a team effort. And yeah, is anyone else interested in helping with the OAuth, helping Milap out? Malapa, if you could also add to the volunteer section your your background, that would be really helpful, so we can see what kind of team we can put together. Okay. All right, is anyone interested in more of the batch kit stuff and helping with the filtering here? Milap, he started, but it'd be good if anyone could help. Yeah, thanks, Milap. Have you done anything with ORCID before or any OAuth work before? There's such a delay between the broadcast and the Etherpad. Okay, and if anyone's interested in filtering badges, all right. So I think what I'm going to do, we can end the call a little early, but I do have your contact from the public pad, from the Etherpad here. And yeah, I think I'll go through and chat with you guys. If anyone else, okay, Milap has worked in OAuth in his college project. Yeah, there's quite a delay in here, so it's making it a little bit hard for conversation. But so I do have your contact info. I'll reach out and then see where you'd like to help out or what you're interested in and see what you guys can do. I am really excited to build these things together with you all. And if anyone else wants to, I'll put my email address. So anyone wants to get in contact with me, I'm Abigail at mozillafoundation.org. So that's there in the Etherpad. I'll screen, I'll share the Etherpad now. So sorry it's not very conversational. But I'll reach out to you guys. Thanks for expressing interest here. If anyone else wants to help out, you can email me. We do have lots of places for people to contribute. So I'd love it if as many people as possible would come and jump in. So I think we'll stop the broadcast here since I've finished going through the roadmap and everything. And I hope this helps you guys understand how you can get involved. No one quite mentioned, what we could go through a workflow of actually using GitHub. Actually, I'll just bring up the GitHub guide. GitHub guides. So if you're interested in understanding more about contributing to open source projects, there's this guide here on GitHub guides. I'll toss this in the pad. Oh, reconnect now. Oh, I have this pad open so many times. So if you want to learn more about contributing to projects in GitHub, you can toss it there. And also, so it talks about funding projects, the community, the docs, contributing, documentation and wikis. Yes, another thing, we don't have a lot of documentation or tests yet. That's another thing for longer term roadmap. If anyone is really interested in doing that, I would, I spelled contributing wrong, contributing. Wow, that was weird. Oh, yeah, because I'm used to typing contributorship badges. If you want to learn more about contributing, here's a link. That should be helpful. Yes, in Malap, I would encourage you for the work that you've done now, actually just make a pull request for it now. So if you have it, if you have it on a branch anywhere, you can go to pull requests, new pull request. So then you can choose your own branch that you have or from your own fork. Just make a pull request for, I guess those are not, I have nothing in there. This same one. Okay, here. Yeah. So it'll just show all your changes. So that way everyone can see what you've done so far and see where they can help out. So Malap, if you could do that, and then when you're ready to review it or when you're ready for it to be merged, you can just add there's a label here called review. So that's what you just add when you say it's ready for review. And then you can just leave a comment. I said, Ali, can you R for reviewing? And this is quite a large one, so I also apologized. Yeah. But, all right, I'll stop screen sharing. But yeah, thank you all for joining. I'm really excited to build this. I'll reach out to you guys and see where you want to help. Sorry, it's hard to converse over this. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to building this, and I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya. Stop broadcast.